I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant! Chris? Stop it.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
Whoa! What is it?
What? Oh! Oh no!
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to this video guide which covers how to unlock every single cutscene for Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 1. The cutscenes that you get in this game depend on the choices that you make in the game, so you'll get different cutscenes for different playthroughs. There's also a few different endings that you can get for each of those characters, and in order to get some of the good endings, you would have to have all the characters present at the end of the game. For Chris, you would need to have Rebecca and Jill present at the end of his game to get the good ending there, and for Jill, you would need to have Barry and Chris be present at the end of her game to get her good ending. Depending on which branch of decisions you end up choosing in Jill's scenario, Barry can die at a couple different parts in her side of the story. Depending on the choices that you make with Barry in the underground section of the game, he could die in that part of the game, or he can also die in the laboratory section of the game, depending on previous choices made with him back in the underground or in the mansion. And then Jill also needs to free Chris using 3 MO discs for him to show up at the ending of the game along with Barry. This video is going to cover all the cutscenes available in the game. There's also quite a few optional cutscenes that you can get in the game that have no bearing on the endings or who lives, and we'll cover those as well. Anyways, we'll get started with Jill's story scenario starting from the beginning of the game. The first cutscene of the game obviously isn't missable or optional or anything like that. This is when Jill, Barry, and Wesker first enter the mansion and Chris is missing here.
What is this?
Wow! What a mansion!
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert!
A dining room.
The next cutscene you'll be able to get as Jill will be as you move forward down the dining room. Barry's investigating some blood, and this is the one where Barry goes, "I hope this isn't Chris's blood."
What? What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Hope this is not Chris's blood. Anyways, the next 2 cutscenes are optional, but only for Jill. Chris always gets the cutscene with the zombie that you confront in the hallway, eating like Kenneth's body. For Jill, that cutscene is optional. You can also go back out to the main hall and get a different cutscene. If you choose to go into the hallway and get the cutscene with the zombie, then you'll get a different cutscene with Barry. I have to point out, notice how you can get the 2 handgun magazines from Kenneth's body here. While in the other optional cutscene, you won't be able to do that. Whether you kill the zombie here or run away from it, you'll always still end up getting the same cutscene with Barry after this once you go through the door.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this. What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
The other choice of cutscenes you can make here is try to go back out to the main hall and talk to Wesker. That way you don't get the cutscene with that zombie in the hallway, and you also wouldn't be able to get those 2 handgun magazines.
Investigate if you hear any gunfire.
Lost courage already? It's not like you. What? What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Who is it?
Hey, you! Stop! Run, Jill! He's insane! What the hell?
Let's report this to Wesker.
Hey, you, stop. He's insane. Oh, fucking Barry. So if you choose to get these set of cutscenes here, then when you go back to try to get the handgun magazines over here off Kenneth's body, you'll notice like half his body's gone. So no matter whether you choose either of those set of cutscenes, the next cutscene is going to be the same either way. In this next cutscene, Jill and Barry go back to the main hall to look for Wesker, which has disappeared, and Barry asks Jill if she's found anything, even though a bunch of zombie dogs just tried to break through the door. And this is also the cutscene where Barry gives Jill the lockpick.
Killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being. Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time I'll be there.
If you're playing on the advanced difficulty in the director's cut of Resident Evil, then there's a small optional cutscene that you get with this zombie in the bathroom here. At this point in the game, the next cutscene you choose to get will affect a whole line of cutscenes further down in the game, and it will also affect some items that you'll be able to get as well. You could choose whether you want to get a cutscene over at the shotgun, picking up the shotgun early before you get the broken shotgun, and getting a cutscene with Barry where he rescues you from a trap. By the way, after you pick up the shotgun, you still have to wait around for Barry to come and save you from the trap if you want to get the cutscene with him.
Hey, what's going on?
Jill? Is that you, Jill? What happened?
Barry, help me please. The door won't open. Quick!
Stay away from the door, Jill. I'm gonna kick this door down. Hurry! This way!
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life. But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on earth are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Now, let's get back to searching for the lost captain and Chris, shall we?
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, you can pick up the grenade launcher before you pick up the shotgun, and you'll get a different cutscene with Barry over by Forrest's body over there.
Jill! Don't scare me.
That's what I was going to say. Aren't you supposed to be going over the first floor, Barry?
Yeah, you're right. But just take a look at this. It's Forrest. Oh my God.
It's awful.
I'm going to find out what caused Forrest's death. It looks like he was killed by a crow or something. Can you look around the first floor, Jill?
Okay.
Hey, Jill. This must have been Forrest's. You don't have a weapon. Take this with you. I can't believe.
If you choose to get this cutscene with Barry giving you Forrest's grenade launcher over here, then it'll initiate a chain of events where you'll have to get the broken shotgun in order to get the regular shotgun from the trap room. And then you also wouldn't get the acid rounds that Barry gives you in an extra cutscene, but you will get a different cutscene available where Barry is in the room with the researcher's will.
Is that you, Jill?
What's going on? How come you look so scared?
Look at this. What do you think of it?
I've been thinking something is wrong with this house.
Right.
Hey, what is this? There's a page missing.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Perhaps that was the most important part.
However, if you do choose to get the cutscene where you pick up the shotgun first and then you get the cutscene where Barry rescues you from that trap room, then you'll get an extra cutscene where Barry will give you some acid rounds afterwards.
Barry!
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa! This hall is dangerous. Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
And by the way, you can also end up getting this cutscene on the first floor as well.
Barry!
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa! This hall is dangerous.
If you choose to get the cutscene with Barry over where you get the shotgun instead of by the grenade launcher, then not only do you get the acid rounds, but you'll also be able to read the missing page in the researcher's will, although you won't get that cutscene with Barry in front of the researcher's will. You have to do this before you talk to Richard. If you use the armor key on the door where Richard is at and talk to him first and come over here after that, then that page will be missing regardless of whatever cutscenes you chose. So no matter which series of cutscenes you ended up going with, they'll all lead to you using the armor key on the second floor and then getting a cutscene there with Richard.
Richard! What happened?
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake and also poisonous. Ugh.
Poisonous? Oh no. Richard, hold on.
There is serum. Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
The next cutscene that you'll get will be determined by if you get the serum back to Richard in time. If you do get back to him within 7 minutes, then you'll get a cutscene where Richard gives you the radio.
Here's the serum! Richard, hold on! I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should keep it. I'm...
No! Richard!
Jill, be careful.
And then the other outcome is if you don't get back to Richard in time, he won't give you the radio. Without the radio, you'll end up missing 2 cutscenes later on when you head out to the guardhouse. After you have the boss fight with the giant snake called Yawn, there will be 2 different outcomes depending on your previous choices. If you had gotten the shotgun first and then had Barry rescue you from that trap room, then you'll get a cutscene here where Barry will take you to the serum room, which is the west side save room.
Am I poisoned? Give me the serum. Barry? Barry?
If, however, you never got the cutscene where Barry saves you from that trap room when you get the shotgun, or you got the cutscene where he gives you Forrest's grenade launcher on that patio, then you'll have to get a serum yourself by going to the serum room. Or if you didn't get to Richard in time, then you'll probably have a serum already on you in your inventory.
Am I poisoned? Give me the serum.
The next cutscene available to get as Jill is optional. If you had gotten back to Richard in time to get the radio from him, then you'll have the radio on you. And on the way to the guardhouse, another criteria for getting this cutscene is you have to eliminate all the zombie dogs in this area for the radio to go off, and then you have to go into your menu and select it to get this cutscene.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Please respond. What the hell? Is nobody out there?
Brad, this is Jill.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Anybody, answer me. This is
Brad?
Brad.
Brad!
The next cutscene available as Jill will be located in the guardhouse. You'll only be able to get this cutscene where you hear a voice through the door if you had to get the serum by yourself, rather than Barry taking you to the serum room, which means that you never got the cutscene with Barry saving you from the trap room when you get the shotgun. Depending on if you have the key for this room 002 on you right now, you'll have two different options available. You can go into the room and get a cutscene with Barry, or if you leave, then you'll have a different set of outcomes.
It can't be true. I've been told a different story. But it's not necessary for you to destroy stars. What about my family? So everything depends on me, huh?
If you choose not to go through the door, or if you don't have the key on you and you leave, then you'll pretty much have the same outcome as if Barry took you to the serum room and he saved you from the trapdoor room with the shotgun, the top set of outcomes on the flowchart. Which means that he'll either save you from Plant 42, or you could choose to make the vigil. If, however, you do end up going through the door and seeing the cutscene with Barry inside room 002, then he won't save you from Plant 42. You'll either have to make the vigil yourself, or just fight Plant 42 twice, which is what happens if you don't make vigil. You just basically have the boss fight with Plant 42 twice because it regenerates.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Barry. I heard someone talking.
So you heard it too. I think I'm getting old. It seems that talking to myself is becoming a habit.
Talking to yourself? Barry, something must have happened to you. Am I wrong? You sound strange.
Well, it seems I made you worry, but don't. Maybe I have been a nervous wreck since all of these strange things started happening. Well, I think I'll go out and get some fresh air for a change. I told you, don't worry. I'll just go and get some fresh air and be eaten by a monster.
The next cutscene that you get in the game, you only get as Jill. Chris doesn't get this cutscene with the sharks, because as Chris, they've already spawned in when you enter the room, but in Jill's scenario, they don't show up until you get this cutscene when you get close to the control room door. So there's 3 different outcomes that will happen depending on your previous choices. If you chose to see the cutscene with Barry in that room by opening the door to room 002, then Barry won't save you from Plant 42, and you will either have to fight Plant 42 by yourself. In which case, if you do that without making the V-Jolt, you pretty much have to fight Plant 42 twice. It has twice as much HP. With the V-Jolt, it would normally die where you see it shrink here. The V-Jolt basically cuts this boss fight in half. Your other option here, the middle option, is to make the V-Jolt. No matter which set of cutscenes you chose, whether you saw Barry inside room 002 or you chose to leave, or if Barry carried you to the serum room, then he wouldn't even show up in the guardhouse at all until you fight Plant 42. But you still have the option of making the V-Jolt regardless of if Barry helps you or not, depending on your previous cutscenes. And there's several steps to making the V-Jolt, which is unlocking the door where all the chemicals are contained and then mixing the chemicals and putting them on the root. Making the V-Jolt really isn't necessary if you didn't get the cutscene in room 002. If you didn't see that cutscene, then Barry will help you kill Plant 42. That's pretty much the same effect as making the V-Jolt. You only have to fight Plant 42 once. And then the last outcome that you can get here is if you get the cutscene where Barry helps Jill fight Plant 42, which is only available if you got the series of cutscenes where Barry helps Jill escape from the trapdoor room when she gets the shotgun, and he takes her to the West Side save room. In that case, if you had obtained those cutscenes, then Barry won't show up in room 002, but instead will help you fight Plant 42. You can also obtain this outcome by walking away from the door from room 002 after hearing Barry talking to somebody in that room. If you don't go through the door to see the cutscene with him, then you can also obtain this outcome as well.
What the hell is this?
Barry!
Jill!
You saved me!
Yeah,
That was close. Thanks, Barry.
don't mention it. What a monster. I can't believe... What the hell is this place anyway?
After Barry saves Jill, you can get an additional cutscene here if you go back up to Barry and talk to him again.
Okay, I'm gonna stay in the soldiers area and take a look around. Though I'm sure there are still things in that other mansion as well. Anyway, let's start searching separately.
Okay.
After this, you'll get a cutscene where Jill meets up with Wesker here in the guardhouse, and depending on if Barry helped you fight Plant 42 or if you saw him in room 002, will determine the line of dialogue that Jill has with Wesker here.
Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
Yes, you're right.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
If you did get the cutscene with Barry in room 002, then you'll have a different line of dialogue when you get this cutscene with Wesker.
Wesker!
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
I met Barry too a while ago. I think there's something wrong with him.
Yes, I agree with you. Sure was strange, wasn't he? He looked so tired.
Well, maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
Yes, you're right.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Where on earth have you been? And by the way, in the advanced mode, yeah, Wesker shoots a tarantula instead of a fucking bee. The next cutscene that you're able to get as Jill is going to be an optional cutscene only if you have the radio on you, if you got it from Richard. Had you gotten the serum to him in time?
This is Brad. I know you can't answer me, but somehow, give me a sign.
This is Jill. Brad? Oh, it's broken.
The next cutscene available for Jill isn't missable. It's the one when the hunters appear in the mansion, and Chris also gets this cutscene as well. After you have a boss battle with the giant snake yawn a second time, Barry's going to walk into the room and ask if you found anything interesting while a giant snake melts on the ground.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
Yes, but I can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
Hey, what's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry!
Depending on if you already received the radio from Richard, if you had gotten the serum to him in time, you might get a different cutscene here with Barry with some additional dialogue where he gives you the radio if you hadn't already received it from Richard.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
Yes, but I can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait. Yeah, Richard gave this to me. The radio is a keepsake from him.
Richard?
This is more useful to you than me. Ready to go?
Hey, what's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry!
After you see Barry drop the rope, you have two options. You can wait for him to come back and bring another rope, or you can leave. If you choose to leave, then Barry won't appear in the underground, and also it'll ensure that Barry dies in the laboratory. If you choose to go this route and not wait for Barry to come back with a rope, then you'll forfeit the best ending of the game, where both Barry and Chris are still alive. If, however, you do wait for him, then you'll get an additional cutscene with Barry here, and you'll have a chance for him to live and get the good ending. He'll end up appearing in the underground when you go to the underground area of the game, and he'll also give you a passcode that goes to a door on the second floor west side of the mansion.
Hey! Are you there, Jill? Grab the rope! I'm sorry, Jill.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Sorry. I was really careless.
Are you okay, Barry? Maybe you're getting tired.
No, I'm all right. Don't worry. Jill, I found something.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
These next set of cutscenes are going to take place in the underground, and like I had mentioned before, if you take the route where you don't wait for Barry to bring another rope and you leave, then Barry won't show up in the underground, so none of these cutscenes will apply if you were to choose that outcome. See, look at this shit. This is why it took 2 weeks to make this video. Better pay attention, because there's going to be a test after this video. No, I'm just kidding. That would take even longer. But you could use this video to make some Resident Evil trivia questions. Anyways, going back to the flowchart, there's quite a few different outcomes that you can get down here in the underground if you do meet up with Barry, as you could probably tell. You'll first get a cutscene with Barry asking you if you want to go with him, and if you make the wrong choice here, Barry can die down here.
Oh, Jill, what good timing. A moment ago I heard someone's voice coming from this hole. Let's go together since it's dark and we can't see very well.
When Barry asks if you want to go together, if you tell him no, then he will ask you another question. He'll ask you if you'll wait for him.
Barry,
Sure, it may be dangerous. I'll go, even if I have to go by myself. Will you be waiting here, Jill?
By the way, either choice that you make here, if you told him no, that you wouldn't go with him, whether you say yes or no here can get him killed. If you do say yes, that you will wait for him, then he will die in the laboratory. You won't see him again in the underground down here. That pretty much guarantees that you don't get the good ending there.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm going now.
As you could see, taking this option means that you won't see Barry until the laboratory, and your next cutscene would be when Jill meets up with Enrico down here in the underground. Barry, however, dies in the lab when you do see him later on towards the end of the game. If, however, you choose the other option and say that no, you will not wait here, then Barry will run off and he'll get himself killed in the underground down here.
Barry, I think I'll take some other route.
I see. Yeah, maybe you should. Be careful.
Barry?
After choosing this option, once you hear the gunshot, if you just leave his ass, then this will ensure that he'll die in the underground down here. Unless you followed him at this point, if you were to follow him after saying no, you won't wait here, then you can prevent him from dying.
I see. Yeah, maybe you should. Be careful.
Barry?
That was too close. Let's go together.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry!
If, however, at the beginning when asked if you'll go with him, if you did say yes, you could still get Barry killed and miss out on the good ending with that choice as well. Because after asking that question, he'll then ask if you want to go first.
Oh, Jill! What good timing. A moment ago I heard someone's voice coming from this hole. Let's go together since it's dark and we can't see very well.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry! Hey, are you all right? I can go first if you want me to.
Saying yes to letting Barry go first pretty much has the same effect as if you said no to going with him and then said no to will you wait here, which is that Barry will go off on his own and you'll hear a gunshot. You could either choose to follow him and prevent him from dying, or if you don't follow him, he'll get himself killed.
I can go first if you want me to.
Oh, yes, please. I'm a little nervous.
I understand. It may be more dangerous if you come behind me. Be careful.
Barry?
As you can see, the results are the same as in the previous scenario that I mentioned, where Barry asks you if you'll wait for him after you said that you wouldn't go with him. So you would talk to Enrico by yourself, and then you would get a cutscene where Barry's dying in the underground. Or if you follow him after hearing the gunshot, then you can prevent him from dying, just like in the other
I
scenario.
can go first if you want me to.
Oh, yes, please. I'm a little nervous.
I understand. It may be more dangerous if you come behind me. Be careful.
Barry?
That was too close. Let's go together.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry!
The next cutscene that you can get in the underground with Enrico, you can either get Jill by herself or Jill with Barry. There's 3 different outcomes where Jill will get the cutscene with Enrico by herself, and 3 different outcomes where Jill will get the cutscene with Enrico with Barry. If you told Barry that you would stay here, or any of the other 2 scenarios where you didn't follow Barry when there was a gunshot, then you will get the cutscene where Jill meets up with Enrico by herself.
Is that Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Wait there! Are you with anybody, Jill?
What? Oh no, I'm alone. But why are you asking?
Listen, the stars are going to be finished soon. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
Enrico! Who killed him, I wonder?
After you get this cutscene with Jill and Enrico without Barry, then you'll get an additional cutscene down here in the underground if you didn't follow Barry in one of the 2 scenarios where you could have followed him after hearing the gunshot. This is one of 2 parts in the game where Barry can die, the other being in the laboratory. If you chose the option where you told Barry that you will stay here and wait, then he will die in the laboratory rather than here.
What happened?
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
Oh, you don't have to talk. I'm going to give you first aid.
Maybe my time has come. Jill, take this. I've been cheating you all from the start. If you can forgive me, could you please give this to my family? And if you can, please try to protect them.
What do you mean by that, Barry? Don't give up.
Jill, be careful of that guy. Please, stay alive.
Moira from Resident Evil Revelations 2. What happened to Polly? And speaking of Resident Evil Revelations, are the hunters invisible down here? Because he has that 357 Magnum on him, so I don't know how he managed to get his ass handed to him down here. If, however, you did follow Barry in any of the other 2 scenarios where you could have followed him after he went in front of you, Barry will live and you'll get the cutscene with Enrico along with Barry. Or the other possibility being that when he asks you if you want him to go first, you say no and you go first instead.
Are you all right? I can go first if you want me to.
Okay, let's go, Barry. I'm depending on you.
Making any of those three choices, which is either following Barry or going first ahead of him, will give you the cutscene with both Barry and Enrico.
Is that Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Wait there! Are you with anybody, Jill?
What? Oh, yes.
Enrico!
So, Barry and Jill together.
Are you all right, Enrico?
The stars are doomed. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
Enrico!
You can't take his wallet, too. Jill takes the cash out and then throws the empty wallet back on his face. Alright, so the next cutscene that you're able to get is going to be in the laboratory area. If you had gotten all 3 MO discs, then you'll be able to talk to Chris in his cell.
Jill? Is that you, Jill?
Oh, Chris, you're alive!
Of course. Damn it, we're in quite a predicament, Jill.
I know, Chris. Anyway, I have to open this room. It doesn't work. Well, Chris, I'll be sure to come back and help you soon. Will you wait here?
Thanks. I'll be waiting here for you.
Chris, I'll be waiting here, as if he had any other option. Speaking of options, you can come back and free Chris without talking to him right now, and that will change the type of dialogue that Jill and Chris have, depending on if Jill talked to Chris right now or if she talks to him later when she actually opens the cell door. Alright, so we're about to get into the 4 different endings for Jill here. We're almost at the end of Jill's side of the scenario for the game. Normally when you power on the elevator here, you would get a cutscene with Barry. Or when Chris powers on the elevator, he'll get a cutscene here with Rebecca. But if you had chosen the set of outcomes where Barry dies in the underground, then there will be no cutscene here at the elevator, and Jill will just take it down to where Wesker is by herself without Barry.
Wesker?
Barry is no longer useful.
Just as I thought. You are the man behind all of this. Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission as ordered by Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So you're going to steal all the research?
better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant. Tyrant virus is a super virus, which creates a monster which is much stronger than human beings. Tyrant is the most powerful biological weapon in the world.
You don't mean you're experimenting on real people?
This is really beautiful. All this power will be mine.
For the sake of an awful creature?
Don't be upset. All weak people exist to be eaten. Don't come this way! No!
It can't control what it does.
If you didn't wait for Barry to bring another rope and just left, then Barry wouldn't have appeared in the underground section, and you will get a different cutscene here with Barry than you would had you met up with Barry in the underground.
Jill! I was looking for you.
Barry.
Jill, don't be angry. I wanted you to wait for me.
Barry, don't screw up again like you did when you dropped that rope.
However, if you did meet up with Barry in the underground section of the game, then you'll get a different cutscene here than had you not waited for Barry to bring another rope.
Jill! Jill, you're here too.
Yes, you're here too?
Look, I lost my way.
Let's get going.
If you had made either of those choices, which is not waiting for Barry to bring another rope, or if you told Barry that you would stay here when he asked if you would wait, either of those two choices will lead to the same cutscene with Wesker, and also will lead to Barry dying here in the laboratory.
Wesker?
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission as ordered by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry!
Barry's such a fool. He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes, though both you and Barry seem to think I was following orders from Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant. Tyrant virus is a super virus, which creates a monster which is much stronger than human beings. Tyrant is the most powerful biological weapon in the world.
You don't mean you're experimenting on real people?
This is really beautiful. All this power will be mine.
For the sake of an awful creature?
Don't be upset. All weak people exist to be eaten. Don't come this way! No!
It can't control what it does.
If, however, you got the cutscene where Jill and Barry both meet up with Enrico together, then that means that Barry's going to live, and you'll get the same cutscene in front of the elevator as the previous one, only that you'll get a different cutscene here with Wesker instead.
Wesker?
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission as ordered by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry!
Barry's such a fool. He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes, though both you and Barry seem to think I was following orders from Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So, you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant.
Oh! Barry!
Sorry, Jill.
How is your family?
I was listening to what you and Wesker were talking about. I wish I realized it earlier. I thought it must have something to do with Umbrella, you know. So it's all been masterminded by him.
But it's good that you know that now. Anyway, let's get out of this house first.
Jill!
Yes, what?
Do you have any idea what Wesker was going to show you at the back of this place?
Well, he was talking about the world's most powerful biological weapon, called Tyrant or something, I think.
Do you think we could see Tyrant now?
Barry, you're so optimistic.
It would look bad for stars if we let such a dangerous creature run loose.
Maybe you're right. Let's go then. Can a creature like this really be the ultimate biological weapon?
Really? Wesker is a crazy man.
Tyrant is not completely developed.
But we can't let it live. That must be the computer for monitoring this creature. Damn you!
It can't control what it does. Barry? Barry! You're alive!
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
Let's get going. happened to Wesker?
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover
Wesker
immediately.
must have set it off.
Unlock
There's
all
not much
rooms
time
for
left for us.
evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated.
Barry sure fucks up a lot in this game. Depending on if you want to get a better ending or the best ending, then you have the option of freeing Chris from his cell if you got all 3 of the MO discs. And there's 2 different cutscenes that you would get here with Chris, depending on if you already talked to him previously or not. This will be the cutscene if you had already talked to Chris through the door earlier.
Oh, Jill!
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
So everything is done?
Well, almost, yes. Now let's go.
And then this is the cutscene you would get with Chris if you hadn't come over here yet, and this is your first interaction with him.
All researchers and guards should take cover immediately.
Oh, Jill!
Oh, Chris! So you're okay?
Yeah, you too! What happened to Wesker?
Let's talk about it later. Let's get out of here.
Triggering system has now been activated.
If you told Barry that you would wait for him in the underground, or if you didn't wait for Barry to bring another rope previously in the mansion, then Barry will die in the laboratory, and that would be the next cutscene that you would get here.
Hi, Jill. It's you.
Barry?
I'm really embarrassed to see you now. Just leave me. Go quickly.
It's over, Barry. Wesker's dead.
Is that so? Jill, will you do me a favor? This is my last wish. Please give this photo to my family. Will you?
Sure.
Forgive me, Jill.
He must have been attacked by those monsters. How does he keep eating shit from the hunters if he has that, like, 44 Magnum, I think it is? Or is it 357 Magnum? Well, either way, whenever you pick up the Magnum in the game, it's like smooth sailing from there on in. Yet he keeps eating shit from the fucking hunters, even though he has like a 44 Magnum on him. Anyway... And then if you released Chris from his cell and he's with you, then this is a slightly different cutscene.
Jill!
Hi, Jill. It's you.
Barry?
I'm really embarrassed to see you now. Just leave me. Go quickly.
It's over, Barry. Wesker's dead.
Is that so? Jill, will you do me a favor? This is my last wish. Please give this photo to my family. Will you?
Sure.
Forgive me, Jill.
My God!
Let's get going, Chris. We can't stop.
Alright, so now the only thing left is the endings. If Barry dies in the underground or he dies here in the lab, and you don't free Chris using the 3 MO discs from his cell, then you will get the worst ending in the game, which is Jill just surviving by herself. And you don't fight the tyrant, and the lab and mansion don't self-destruct either.
This is Brad. We're running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is your last...
You probably want at least one spot open for that battery in order to get the elevator doors open. By the way, in advanced mode, this battery is located in the elevator power room where all the chimeras are at. But I mean, if you're getting the worst ending, like the ending here, then you're not even gonna fight the tyrant, so there's really no point in bringing any weapons with you anyway. If, however, you do free Chris from his cell using the 3 MO discs, but Barry dies down here in the laboratory, or if Barry's already dead and you end up freeing Chris from his cell, then you'll get the better ending. Well, it's still a bad ending because you don't fight Tyrant and the laboratory still doesn't self-destruct.
This is Brad. We're running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is your last...
Oh no, you must be kidding! After we've come all the way here!
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris!
Give me a chance to play nice guy.
Okay, I leave it up to you. See you again at the heliport.
The sound effect for that helicopter landing is like, I don't know if it's the sound effect or animation, but reminds me of like a RC helicopter or something. But anyways, that live action, the live action cutscene there with Chris and Jill, that cutscene is actually used when you play as Chris. In Chris's scenario, it's also the same cutscene when Rebecca doesn't make it. Only Chris and Jill survive, so maybe that's why he looks a bit, like, frazzled there. Now, for the better ending, or I guess this is considered a good ending, because you actually fight Tyrant and kill the Tyrant, and the lab self-destructs and blows up. Although, the only person that makes it out is, other than Jill, is Barry. So if you made it into the point in the game where Barry and Jill both meet up with Enrico, then that means that Barry is going to live if you do see that cutscene. So in that case, if Barry's still alive, but you don't free Chris, it's still not the best ending though, and you wouldn't get the closet key.
Unlock all rooms for evacuation.
This is Brad. Running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is
All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately.
There is 3 minutes
Unlock
until
all rooms for
explosion.
evacuation.
Damn it!
Triggering system
We have
has
only
now
one more
been
step to go.
activated.
Okay,
All
I'll go.
researchers and
Jill,
guards
you try to
should take
contact
cover
Brad.
immediately.
Okay.
Unlock all rooms for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for evacuation.
Your wife?
Yeah, my wife and kids, they always wait up for me. Even today, my oldest daughter. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about that. I know he must still be alive.
Since the tyrant's dead, you don't get the come at me bro post-credits cutscene in the good or best endings. Only in the bad or worst endings, it'll show the tyrant that you haven't killed after the credits roll. But I will show the stats screen at the end after the credits, because in the PC version, there's this blue stats screen that you get after the credits on, this is New Game Plus. And then there's a different screen that you get on a regular New Game for the PC version. So now for the best ending in the game, which is where Barry and Chris survive. If you make it to the point in the game where Barry's with you when you meet up with Enrico, then like I mentioned before, then that means Barry won't die in the lab and he's actually going to live. And then after that, if you use the 3 MO discs and release Chris from his cell, then you'll get the best possible ending in the game and unlock the closet key as well.
Has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately.
Running out of fuel.
Unlock
If
all
there is anyone
routes for
alive,
evacuation.
contact me now, okay? This is your lab.
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering
There is
system
3
has
minutes
now
until
been
explosion.
activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately.
Oh no! You must be kidding! After you've come all the way here!
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris!
Give me a chance to play nice
Has
guy.
now been activated.
Okay, I leave it up to
All
you.
researchers
See you get in the
and
heliport.
guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation.
All right, there we go. That's it, finally. So that is how you get every single cutscene for Jill's scenario, and also how to get the 4 different endings you can get for her as well. I was gonna do Chris and Jill both in the same video, but I don't know how this always ends up happening, but the video is already like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours long, and I still haven't even gotten to Chris' side of the game. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, for Chris, instead of Barry and, well, obviously Chris isn't going to release himself from the cell. Instead of Barry and Chris, for Chris's scenario, you have to keep Rebecca and Jill alive. And there's a couple points in Chris's game where Rebecca can die, but I'll cover all of his cutscenes in a separate video. I actually worked on both of them, like I said, at the same time because I was going to do both in the same video. So that one's pretty much almost done. I'll just release it later on this week. I hope that was helpful in some way, and you guys take care and have a good day or night, and I'll see you later.